welcome back. So I promised you we'd take you inside this beautiful DAVINCI Hotel and Suites. And of course, here we are standing at the beautiful Christmas tree that's been erected over this time of the year. And of course, you kind of can't forget that it is the festive time, it is the holiday season, and everybody is enjoying the offerings that South Africa has. So, and I always say, you know, Johannesburg for me is probably one of the best places to be over this festive season. So I want to talk a little bit more about the Legacy Group, because the Legacy isn't just found here in Johannesburg in this beautiful Sandton area, because although it does dominate the skyline with even the tallest bar on where?
Yeah.
In an urban area, like in what? In just Sandton or in general?
Actually, in South Africa, it's the highest, so. Yeah. Alta 234 is the highest urban bar in South Africa.
Amazing. Okay, so I had to get my facts straight. Before I even introduced Hara Jackson is with us to talk a little bit more about it. She's the sales director of Legacy Hotels and Resorts. I mean, I remember going up to the top of that and looking at that view. It is breathtaking. I mean, was that the idea? The biggest, the boldest, the loudest, the highest? I mean, that's the Legacy Group, isn't it? Just sort of wanting to break boundaries all the time.
It very much is our philosophy. It's always, we do things in big measures. So we always build properties at a time in South Africa when people are kind of more hesitant. I mean, the Leonardo, where you find Alta 234, it was opened at a time where South Africa was really going backwards in economy, in international confidence. And then what we did is we went and opened the Leonardo. It's the highest building in South Africa and the second highest on the African continent. It wasn't meant to be that, but we landed up going up that high. And then, yes, we thought, you know what? Alta 234 at the top of the building, accessible to everyone, and that's very important. Yeah. It's not just about a certain group of people, but making it accessible to everyone. And festive season, what better way to see Joburg? Yeah. Come to the top of the building, have a drink with us, view Joburg. It's the biggest urban jungle in the world.
It is.
It's magnificent.
It really is. I mean, it is special. In and amongst all its chaos, Joburg is a very, very special place. It truly is. But I want to go back to the beginning of the Legacy Group, because there's so much more to it than just the hotels. And that's what I love about it. There's been such vision and thought that's been put into it. What was the very first? Is this the first development in Sandton? In Sandton, though?
No, not at all. The first property we opened in Sandton was the Michelangelo Hotel. Yeah, in 1996. Wow. And again, at a time where Sandton was very little and not much on the map. But the DAVINCI Hotel and Suites was opened in 2010. And the legacy kind of that exists around the DAVINCI is that it literally opened 2 or 3 weeks before the football was ended on. So as you walk around the hotel, you're going to be seeing magnificent original artwork. Going to be seeing things like the chair Ronaldo sat in. You're going to be looking at the bedroom.
Ooh, which one's that? You'll take me later. Okay, good.
The bedrooms. The Spanish team that won the World Cup stayed with us the night that they won.
It must have been amazing.
Yeah, so it's got an incredible history and an incredible vibe. But as you've said, we don't really just build buildings. We open experiences, hotels that have more to it. So yeah, as you walk around DAVINCI, Leonardo, the Michelangelo Towers in Sandton, you'll see that it's wholesome experiences. It's got everything.
I love that. And you know, I do remember it was many years ago. In fact, I think it was just after the World Cup, and I was here for a dinner. It was a function, and who was I sitting next to? None other than Bart, who is the brains behind all of this. And he said to me, "Do you want to go on a tour?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." And he took me across the road, and he just made me look. He just made me look up and look to the left, look to the right. Do you see that? Do you feel this? Do you see that angle? Do you see this shadow? I'm like, yes, I do. I see it. And he explained the vision, and it was beautiful to get it from his mouth. So that's why I sort of know that there's more to it than just a building and a hotel here. There's a lot of thought that's put into it. Let's talk about operating in Joburg, because we are full of problems. You know that. We all know that, whether it be water, electricity. How do you guys navigate going through all of those troubles and challenges?
We're hoteliers. It's what we do. We could write books about it. But I mean, let's take water at the moment. Everyone's panicking about water restrictions level 1 in Johannesburg. we don't think about that now. If you look at this building, we've got water-saving elements in place since we opened. Our baths are ergonomically designed to have less water. All of our taps have got reduced water usage, the taps, the shower heads. We do so many things naturally without even having to wait for chaos to arrive in Joburg. So a lot of those things are in place. This building as well, we've got 117 solar panels on the top of the building. So we're able to heat our own water and look after the guest experience.
Wow, okay, good. So there's no worry.
Yes. We have to operate.
The best answer you could give. You work against the odds. That's what you do. Just finally, Joburg over this time, I look at it and think, is it pretty dead, or do you find that actually there are a lot of people do come and celebrate over this time in your residencies or your what's the word I'm looking for? Occupancy. That's the word. Occupancy. How does it look over this time?
It's actually, look, we are obviously the heart of business in South Africa. We're also probably the heart of business in Africa as Sandton. So yes, we are much busier at times where the properties are expecting international business travel and local business travel. But the festive season brings with it a whole different element. Yeah. So we've got, we are busy. We've got a lot of activities that are happening around. So whether you're coming for Christmas lunch, a New Year's dinner, whether you're coming to our restaurants and our spas to have a mom and daughter lunch or a spa treatment, there is quite a lot happening in Sandton. And it's not as busy as business time is, but it certainly has enough people running around. And you said it earlier, Sandton is also lovely at this time of year.
It's so nice.
People go and we have the city to ourselves.
We can have selfish time in our own city. Hara, thank you. I know we've got a lot more time to walk around and see the hotel and go to the kitchen and look at the spa and all of those kind of things. And we'll take you on this dreamy broadcast of ours as we continue this morning here on Morning Live. Go and visit the Legacy Group. It's not just Sandton. They're all over. They're even outside of Africa. I mean, the one I'm looking at is the one in Windhoek. So always a dream to go to Namibia. I know that's where you're heading, Sakina, for a few days, but that's somewhere I've got to go as well. So take a look out and go look at the Legacy Group.